Anyway, you ready to start?
I'm ready to start.
Okay. Well, let's go. Oh,
Okay.
that reminds me. Hold on.
Yeah.
I almost forgot.
It's a good thing you brought that, boy.
All right.
It's cool in here.
You ready to go?
I'm ready to go. It's a good thing you got the scarf on. It's really
All right.
cool in here.
Well, the first thing I wanted to talk about, let me show you this. All right. There's Gavin Newsom. Have you seen this picture?
No. Obviously younger.
So that's Gavin Newsom in high school,
Doesn't even look like him.
I guess. And they're comparing it to J.D. Vance in high school, which, of course, that picture's pretty famous of him.
Yeah, right.
And fans of Gavin Newsom are sharing this, saying how cool he was. Okay.
Yeah.
And Gavin Newsom shared it, saying, I miss that scarf. So he's joining in on the fun. But the thing is, if I'm impartial, even if whether I like Gavin Newsom or not, and I'm looking at this, I'm like, this is the guy I stayed away from in high school.
Yeah.
This is the guy that thought he was cooler than everybody else.
Right.
It's like you're wearing a scarf, you're wearing a Burberry scarf indoors.
That's
So
crazy.
I don't think it puts the image out that they're trying to put out.
Right.
Whereas JD Vance just looks like, JD Vance actually looks more like how I looked in high school, actually.
You weren't
No, I wasn't fat.
chubby like that.
No, he was pretty big there. But anyway, so I don't know. They're
Is
trying.
that a Burberry scarf?
This is not.
Oh,
This
okay.
is some imitation. This is acrylic. I don't know. But it's actually my sister's. But anyway, Gavin Newsom's trying to do this rebranding where he's trying to be cool and he's imitating Trump now. His press account is imitating Trump.
I heard, but I don't follow him, so
It's really weird because
should.
it's imitating like
You're
exactly
talking about like on X?
Yeah, to a T, Trump-like phrases in his posts.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that's about.
It's seen that, Trump had a good strategy. That's why he won. So imitate what works, I guess.
But you're imitating something that people already associate with Trump.
Yeah, right.
So nobody looks at that and says, oh, look how cool Gavin Newsom is. You just say, like, he's trying to be cool like Trump.
Right.
Right?
It's not his real brand.
The only thing I could think of is that in time when Trump isn't running anymore,
Yeah.
Gavin Newsom will be the cool guy.
Oh, I see.
Maybe that's the idea.
Yeah, because
if he's not up against Trump, why not imitate Trump?
The idea is he'll run in 2028.
Yeah, he can't be a better Trump than Trump, but he could be a better Trump than anybody else running. Maybe that's the idea.
Better than anybody else.
Yes.
Better than anybody.
Many are saying this.
Yeah.
So anyway, I don't know who's going to run, but it looks like he's gearing up or something.
I don't know. I heard it's going to be Newsom, AOC.
Yes.
On the ticket.
Okay. You mean as a pair?
Yeah.
Oy vey. All right.
That's the playbook. That's the kind of thing they do.
We'll see. But Gavin Newsom, the thing is, they're trying to develop like a coolness without the authenticity that matches it.
Yeah, he's got no authenticity. None. He's got no authenticity at all.
You haven't said it right yet. You want to try again?
He's got no antithesis. He's got no authenticity at all.
No, he doesn't. So, and he looks at things like, and he's been trying for months to figure out the strategy. Like, how did the GOP, grab a hold of culture like this? It's like, I don't want people lying to me.
Yeah.
If you're lying to me, I don't care how cool you are. It doesn't matter to me. So,
we're talking about people who lean into brands.
Okay.
You saw. I asked you a few days ago if you saw the interview. I think it was with Jesse Waters. I always say Waters.
Just say Waters.
Jesse Waters.
Yeah.
My Bronx accent comes out.
Yeah.
Jesse Waters. He interviewed Bobby Kennedy.
Okay.
And asked him about why because this is the question according to them. Everybody wants to know, why does he wear jeans at the gym?
Yeah.
Right.
Everybody's been wondering that for like over a year now.
Yeah. Well, I remember it coming up. Yeah. Like over a year, I think. Here, I'll show you. Go to 65. This is just to set the tone. Okay.
What kind of podcast are we doing right now? I didn't know we had a niche like this.
Yeah. So these are
what are we doing?
Well, this is not Bobby Kennedy, but these are
obviously
people at the gym, and I learned about something from you actually because I never considered it before. These jeans lifters.
So this is a guy wearing jeans, squatting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's squatting he's doing squats at the gym.
All right.
And he is wearing jeans. I don't know. I've never seen anybody at the gym doing that, but apparently it's a thing where people, as you know, where people wear jeans and work boots or whatever, and they're working out.
Yeah.
And so they make fun of Bobby Kennedy because he wears jeans when he works out. And Jesse wanted to know, why do you wear jeans?
Yeah.
You said he didn't give an answer. So 68.
Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is here. Mr. Secretary, thank you so much for joining us. Before we get started, I have to ask you a question that everybody's wondering about. Why do you wear jeans when you work out?
Well, I just started doing that a long time ago because I would go hiking in the morning and then I'd go straight to the gym. And I found it was convenient, and now I'm used to it, so
That's it.
I just do it.
Okay.
He used to. He would go hiking. He would go hiking, right? Because when you go hiking out in
You wear jeans hiking?
why not?
Do people wear jeans hiking? That answer to me is more of a mystery than
Well, I would
than
wear.
it was originally.
I would wear jeans hiking because there's poison ivy and there's
I guess.
thorns, and he's not like hiking on a paved trail somewhere like you see people doing. He's hiking in the woods. He's climbing up rocks. He's going through bushes. So that's your answer. He would go hiking in the morning, and he'd go straight to the gym.
And then he would be in jeans
And then he would
work
be in
out,
jeans
so he just kept doing
and
it.
work out. Go
All right.
to.
Basically, it sounds like he got used to it and doesn't feel the need to buy separate pants to.
Yeah, right.
To
Well, that's
take care
what.
of that
Yeah, I
now.
know. Well, people get into the whole gym fashion and all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
But it says basically, I'm not putting too much thought into it. I'm just working out. You have these guys. You remember these guys that I had? You remember when I had surgery on my arm and my bicep got separated?
Yeah.
My bicep muscle.
Yeah, and reattached.
Well, it was reattached. Yeah, but we were worried about that thing that guys get at the gym when they work out their biceps too hard.
Yeah, and it snaps.
Yeah, what do they call it? The Popeye arms or something?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
That's
it
gross.
sounds really painful.
Basically, your bicep, the ligament that holds it
snaps.
holds it on,
Yeah.
detaches.
Right.
So it shrinks.
Right.
So you get a bicep that's half the size, half the length that it was,
It's
because
down
it's
lower.
it's no longer stretched all the way across
Yeah,
your
I
arm.
was really worried about that.
And then you just end up with like this bulge. It's gross.
Well, I had mine detached,
but
then-
people live with that, right? They don't get that fixed.
No.
It's just like that's how it is now.
That's because you got these guys at the gym who are just working out their upper body. They're doing. I don't even know if they're doing triceps, but let's say they're doing arms, biceps, and triceps, just for the look. They're not working. They're not doing a full body workout. It's kind of, I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Right.
But I don't have it now because they reattached it, and it's attached a little bit lower up here.
Yes.
I don't know the mechanics of it, but my bicep is still fine.
I think actually where they attach it is stronger, in their opinion at least, than where it was originally.
Well, I lucked out because what happened was from the surgery, what happened was it waited too long before I had it reattached.
Yeah.
And they couldn't reattach it, but it hadn't slid all the way down, and wherever it landed, it like got caught and then reattached itself.
Oh my God.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, very weird.
Yeah.
Very weird.
So they did a I guess it was a CT scan. I'm not sure, but they scanned. I don't know, but they scanned. That wasn't an X-ray, but they did something. And they said, no, it's fine. It's going to reattach.
Okay.
And I started working out, and it's fine. It's totally fine.
Good.
Yeah, but that's weird. But it's like I am not concerned with how I look. I just I'm just coming home from work, and I'm going to the gym. That's the whole thing. With the guys who wear jeans at the gym.
Oh, okay.
Look at 67. 67.
Lenny Kravitz.
Yeah, you weren't supposed to hear the name. That's Lenny Kravitz. So apparently it's a thing that famous people like to work out at the gym.
Well, he's doing the Bobby Kennedy right now because there were those videos of Bobby Kennedy without a shirt on.
Oh, yeah,
He
right.
had his shirt off.
Right.
And he's in jeans.
He's in
It's like
jeans.
ridiculous.
Yeah. So that Fox News segment had to do with the Pete Hegseth and Bobby
Pete Hegseth.
Hegseth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did I say? What did I say?
Hegseth.
Hegseth.
Yeah.
Hegseth and the Bobby Kennedy challenge. It's 100. What is it? 100 push-ups
Okay.
and 50 pull-ups in 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, I promise you it's not.
Well,
You are misremembering. There's no way. Nobody's doing 100 push-ups. Nobody's doing 50 pull-ups in 10 minutes.
well, I can't.
That's crazy.
Guess how many pull-ups I can do in 10 minutes?
0.
Right. I can't do one pull-up.
Let me think. 50 pull-ups in 10 minutes? Can you do that? People can, for sure.
Yeah.
But
that's the challenge.
Most people
can't. Yeah. I guess they can. I mean,
I'm
these
talking
guys
like
aren't-
95% of people can't do that.
Yeah. I can't do 100. I can't do 100 push-ups.
I was thinking 50 in a row. You can take a break.
As
You
long
can
as you
split
run,
it up.
as long as you don't run over the minutes.
As long as you don't go
The
over
clock
10
is
minutes.
running.
Okay.
Right.
I don't know.
I'll have to. It doesn't matter because I can't do one. I can't do one pull-up.
Yeah, most people can't.
My arms are just not strong enough, and I weigh too much.
Believe it or not, it's not your arms.
It's my weight.
It's your weight. Weight's a big part, but it's
Right.
not your arms. It's your weight, but it's also your back.
Oh,
Okay. It's engaging your scapula.
right.
Okay. And using your lats. And if you don't know how to properly bring your shoulders back and down
Right.
and hold and keep them there throughout the whole pull up,
Yeah.
you won't be able to do pull ups. You'll be using your arms the whole time, which is how some people get a few pull ups in and never any more.
Right.
Totally wrong way to do it.
Well, the way they were saying to do it is just kind of hang there and kind of and I could get like a half of one up after a while.
No, the best way to get into learning how to do a pull up,
Yeah.
one of the things to do is to hang on the bar
Right.
and just practice bringing your shoulders
Oh.
down and back right on the bar without bending your elbows. Just like this, down and back. That's a scapular pull up.
Right.
That'll help you engage your scapula. Scapular or scapular?
I don't know. Scapular.
I want to get that right. It's one of those weird things. Scapula, yeah. Help you engage. Scapular is the adjective. Help you engage your scapula.
Right.
And then once that's strong enough and you kind of know how to do that,
Right.
then you will automatically do it when you do pull-ups. It'll be easier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I will try it and let's see if I can get one.
If you can't do that, you're not going to be able to do any pull-ups ever.
Right.
Ever. Yeah.
Well, maybe you can guide me on that.
And honestly, weight is a big thing too. You just got to lose weight.
Right.
End of story. That's it.
And the thing is, you're talking about Newsom and trying to brand himself.
Yeah.
It's funny because he hasn't, he leans into it. Kennedy's leaning into it. He's never going to be able to go to the gym now without jeans anymore.
Kennedy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
the thing is, he also doesn't, you're not going to see him wearing anything that's not 100% cotton, wool,
Right.
silk, the natural material, right? You're not going to see him wearing plastic, polyester.
No. Why? He doesn't wear plastic?
Kennedy?
Yeah.
No, of course not.
Okay.
Kennedy's all about everything being natural.
Right.
He's all about eating right, the right medications.
Right.
You're not going to see him wearing polyester clothing and artificial wicking material to the gym. He's not going to be wearing Under Armour or things like that.
Well, his whole initiative with...
He won't even put a cell phone up to his ear, Dad.
Oh, really?
No, he won't.
Oh.
He thinks that the Bluetooth,
Yeah.
and the what I don't even know what the signal is, whether it's 5G or 4G or 3G. He doesn't like any of it.
Oh.
He doesn't like any of it. He won't wear wireless headphones even.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Well, the thing is, it's not just about working out. It's the whole initiative for making America healthy again.
Yeah.
And which obviously he's leaning into that, and it's a good thing because we need an overhaul. Our whole system is a mess. Our food supply is what was that bench you showed? Is at
in the FDA courtyard.
was that the FDA? It wasn't
Yeah.
HHS?
No, it was FDA, which is under HHS.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So it's our food supply is being poisoned or whatever.
No, it's much more dramatic than that. It was the devil has got hold of our food supply,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's a lot to be said about that.
which is probably the worst poison you could have is
Yeah.
satanic poison.
Right.
So-
right.
Well, with Kennedy, it's interesting because he's one of those guys that has been so maligned by the media over the years, even before he ran, right? Because he had that autism thing. And he was very careful not to make it the center of his campaign. He was
Right.
much more about the natural foods, which worked. But even now that he's in and he's a secretary, he has that autism push now. But still, they really did a number on him where, like, I talked to some liberal friends about him, and I have a fairly positive view of him. I
Right.
do. I don't know about the cell phone stuff, but you shouldn't have to agree with everything a politician says to think like, okay, this guy, he has some good initiatives and he's telling the truth, he's being authentic, and the things that he really wants to implement, I agree with. I'm going to vote for him. I think he's a good man. Okay, he's better than most. Great, I'll vote for him. But I talked to some liberal friends and they just thought he was crazy. Like they had this opinion of him from the media, which is like, oh, watch out for that Kennedy guy.
Yeah.
It's like, well, what do you mean? It's like, well, he's got a pretty weird background. It's like, okay, but don't you see what he's doing now and think some of it's good?
Yeah.
Like, I guess. But so I looked at a survey about Kennedy that was done recently. And the question was opinion on RFK to make foods and medicine safer. Approve or disapprove. 52% approve, 33% disapprove. So make food safer. Only 50% approved of that.
Right.
And I'm like, shouldn't it be like 70, 80%?
Yeah.
But you have all these people that just don't trust him doing it. They
right.
think him, oh, he's in bed with Trump and they're doing these things. But the next question they asked was about removing artificial dyes from food.
Right.
Okay. That one has 71% approval.
Okay.
And that's one of Kennedy's big things is removing artificial dyes.
Right.
So when you ask them about the specific issue, it seems like they really do agree.
Yeah.
But when you just bring up like, do you agree with Kennedy making foods? Like, I don't know about Kennedy. You know what I mean? So it's very partisan.
Well, what it is his emphasis, he's taking the right route. His emphasis is on kids, right?
A lot of it, yeah.
A lot of it is on kids
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the dyes, with the candies and the junk food
Right.
and the processed foods and all of that. And the dyes, because we have a problem with, he's touched the third rail with vaccines and autism and all of that. That's a huge issue. But also the processed foods, the dye, you mentioned the dyes, right?
Yeah.
The whole idea with the dyes is that it goes through the blood-brain barrier and gets into the brain and affects your thinking and produces hyperactivity and
Okay.
ADHD and all of that.
Okay.
I mean, nobody's going to argue with that because we do have a problem with kids at schools. They can't learn. They're off the rails.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is a good thing. That is a good thing. The big thing that I like about him that I was following along the path of getting rid of a lot of the impurities in my own food, like long before he ever even came around with a lot of stuff.
You were doing it back probably as early as 2019, 2018.
Yeah.
And that was before this keto craze and this
Right.
all came like somehow you were like 2 years ahead of the curve with this stuff.
I'm cutting edge.
You're cutting edge.
Yeah.
I thought you were crazy. I'm like, oh, my dad's trying to fix his stuff.
The problem is, I started working out and getting healthier, diet wise and everything else, literally, 15 years ago, 10 years ago,
Yeah.
15 years ago.
Yeah.
And the big thing,
Losing weight.
and also the big thing, but it's not like going on a diet. It's just changing your lifestyle.
Yep.
Like the things that you eat. And as you grow spiritually, you do lose the need for all of these psychotropic food items, sugars. I eliminated sugars.
Okay.
I eliminated seed oils. I eliminated a lot of things. Carb. I didn't go low carb. I tried no carb for a while.
Yeah.
I even tried carnivore for a little while.
Oh, yeah.
If you remember,
I do.
You might have been at school. Were you at school at the time? Might have been.
Well, Jordan Peterson is famous for eating steak. He only eats steak all the time, every single meal.
Right.
No salt, no pepper. Maybe salt. Maybe he's salt.
I don't know if he's still doing that, but
I think he was, but recently he's been apparently diagnosed with another illness.
oh yeah,
Yeah, and they think the carnivore diet helped for a while, but
Right.
he has something systemic going on.
Well, that's the thing. You follow these influencers on YouTube and all the podcasts and all of that.
Yeah.
Like,
I want to bring up he specifically does not recommend it for anybody on
Right,
purpose.
right.
He says, I'm not giving dietary advice. This is for me. This is what I do. I'm not recommending you do
Yeah.
it. So
I know, his daughter, Michaela, is that
Yeah.
her name? Michaela? She pushes total carnivore. She's an influencer, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. She pushes total carnivore, right? Just meat.
yeah.
But it has apparently resolved a lot of her autoimmune disease issues, right?
Well, part of it is you're cutting out so many things. They do that where that's a strategy to figure
Yeah.
out what's wrong with you. It's like, all right, cut out everything.
Right.
And then
Oh,
slowly
yeah, right,
add
right.
one thing at a time back in
To see what you're allergic to.
figure
and-
out what's wrong, to
Right.
figure out what it is you need to avoid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you follow there's nothing wrong with influencers saying this stuff. The thing is when you start getting too much into it, You know, if you start,
You mean like too into following their advice?
yeah,
Too influenced.
too influenced.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like the influencers have, I mean, they almost develop like a cult following. And
Yeah.
people follow them.
Right.
I started listening. I've listened to what she said about that, and I thought that might have influenced me to try the carnivore.
Mm-hmm.
Because as I was getting older, I was, you know, like in my late 50s, I don't want to say brag, but I did notice that a lot of people who were my age were experiencing a lot of aches and pains and things like. I said, I don't have anything. I got no aches. I have no pains. Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And then suddenly, I hit 60 and 61, 62, and suddenly I was noticing a little. I was starting to notice just systemic inflammation throughout my whole body.
Mm-hmm.
I could just feel it.
It feels like pain.
You know, well, the joints start to ache a little bit more
Yeah.
here and there when you're working out, and I could feel it in my spine. You could feel like the heat of inflammation in there, you know? So I did go low carb.
Right. And by the way, inflammation is your body responding to something. Right.
Yeah.
So your body is seeing a problem
Right.
and saying, let's inflame that area. Let's fix it.
Right, exactly. So, you know, taking a little advice, picking a little bit up from here, picking a little bit up from there. I was listening to some stuff that Dr. Berg, the chiropractor,
Yeah.
I think he's a chiropractor. What he was saying, I think his thing is low carb and some other stuff.
He's an influencer.
He's an influencer.
Yeah.
So you pick up little things here and there. I'd already given up sugar. That was a great improvement. The seed oils, that was a big improvement. And I noticed that the inflammation was going away and going down.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no doubt that works.
Yeah.
So that was good influence. But
Yeah.
the thing is, when you begin to wake up, you don't gravitate toward a person. You don't gravitate toward, they don't become your dietary god or your exercise god. You begin to get a little educated, and you can use the information as you need it.
Sure.
You know what I mean? There's a sudden shift, and then when you don't need, because I was a sugar abuser, addict my whole life, you know, and using using sugar and carbs as a drug. I would feel better when I would eat.
Yep.
You know, but when you lose that need, then you could look at diets and you can say, oh, I can cut down on that, and there's no problem because you're not addicted to it anymore. You know, so it's about, you know. People do that. People have their little miseries and they cling on to somebody who has the influence, who has a solution. Diets, the food diet, the pyramid, the food pyramid, and Weight Watchers. Weight Watchers was a cult, you know?
Okay.
I mean, it was.
If you say so.
It was like a cult. People, you know, measuring their food.
You're saying
and
people were adhering to it strictly all
to
the
it.
time.
Yeah.
Right.
And I mean, there were healthy cults, like abstinence cults, like, well, AA is not a cult.
I don't think there are healthy cults. I don't think there can be a healthy cult.
Well,
cult
I mean that promote physical health.
Because cult, by definition, is an adherence to a collective.
Right.
And if you're adhering to a collective,
right,
you're not you're not a free-thinking individual.
You're not a free-thinking individual, right? Yeah. Exactly. But you're not a free-thinking individual because you've hooked up to a cult leader of some kind.
Right.
Right. So there are people in 12-step fellowships that worship Dr. Bob and Bill W. Right.
Okay.
And they study the history and they get all wrapped up in all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But they don't really pursue what was being promoted, which is spiritual health first.
They become almost like AA historians or AA apologists. It's like
apologists.
Like you just know all the facts and can argue all the things,
right,
instead of actually like intuitively and in your soul sort of understanding and following the program.
Right.
You know,
there is such thing, I believe, as conscious consumption, intuitive consumption, I would call it, where you intuitively know what to eat and how much to exercise, and you don't overdo it, and you don't cling to any one particular group.
Sure.
Like the people in AA, for example. You know, we are human beings, right? If your name is John Smith, you're a child of God. That's what you're supposed to put first, is your connection with your creator.
Okay.
Right? But if you put, say, AA first, if you identify as an alcoholic and not a child of God first, you've got to flip around. It's supposed to go in the other direction.
Okay.
You know?
Sure.
But when you wake up, you don't need a program when you wake up. One of the big criticisms of Kennedy is that he's accused of not following the science.
Okay.
Right? But he is following the science. He's not saying throw away the science. He's very scientific about in the approach. It's just that he's not following the science that they want him to follow.
Well, he has some problems with the science they've conducted.
Right.
And the conclusions they've come to.
And not only that, but the people conducting the science. He wants to follow the science, but not the science that's hooked up to the profit motive of the pharmaceutical companies. There is science.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, they have such a bad track record over the past, I don't know, 50 years, 100 years. Every piece of advice they've given, they've done a complete 180 on at some point.
Right.
You know, even if it was like, butter's good for you. Never mind, eat margarine. Oh, wait, margarine's not good for you.
Right.
Eat butter.
Oatmeal.
You know, same thing with alcohol. Red wine's good for you. Oh, wait, no, it's not good for you. That guy faked his research. That I showed you that a few weeks ago, right?
Oh, well, no, what was that again?
The one of the biggest researchers on resveratrol, which is the chemical in red wine that's supposed to be linked to, I don't know, youthfulness.
Yeah,
really, they say drink red wine, it'll keep you young.
From the grape skins, actually. I think.
Okay, from the skins.
Yeah.
That guy faked his data.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It wasn't real.
Yeah.
So now there is benefit to resveratrol in itself.
Yeah.
But it's outweighed by the damage you're doing when you're drinking alcohol, even a glass of red wine. There's no single amount you can drink where you're benefiting a little bit.
Right.
It's a net negative all the time. And that's new. That's like over the past 5 or 10 years. Before that, it was like, yes, a glass of wine a day is great for you.
Yeah.
That's what they were telling us.
Yes, they were.
So in every single facet of human health, whether it's mental, whether it's physical, whether it's about what you eat, put on your skin, how much sun you get, they do a 180 at some point. It's like, okay, so at this, and then sometimes they do a 180 back again.
Right.
So they've done a 360.
Well, famously is eggs, right?
What? What about eggs?
Well, eggs, you know, like 20 years ago, 30 years ago, they were saying, don't eat eggs. You shouldn't eat eggs. Eggs are bad. High cholesterol.
Cholesterol, that's another one, which they still say is bad, right?
Yeah.
And they have the LDL and the HDL.
Yeah.
And LDL, you want low. HDL is okay to be high. Is that what it is?
LDL, yeah.
Right.
No, HDL can be high and LDL has to be low.
That's what I just said.
Oh, okay.
You just said it in the reverse order, the same thing. Yeah. Anyway, and also what the cholesterol looks like, right? Is it dense? Are these dense clusters, or is it fluffy?
Fluffy
cholesterol, which apparently is not that bad for you. Same thing with sodium.
It's not as bad. It's not that great.
Right. But same thing with sodium. People say don't have too much sodium, high blood pressure, which is true. Sodium directly increases your blood. Like, that's the science.
Yeah.
But if you change your entire diet, all of a sudden the sodium doesn't affect your blood in the way it did before.
Right.
So
so you can't listen to science. You have to.
No, you can listen to science, but you have to be able to think for yourself.
You have to be able to think for yourself.
It helps to be able to read these papers too,
Right.
even if you have a general understanding of how they do experiments and some of the procedural things that they do, and you can read it and say, that's a little questionable.
Right.
That sounds okay.
That's my point. My point is that when you awaken, when you step back and you're not caught up in all of these in the academics of it all, you can look and you can discern what's correct.
You mean when you aren't adhering to some sort of tribe or cult, like
Right.
when you're being an individual?
Because then what you rely upon is you just rely upon information. Information, and eat this, and this is the diet, and this many calories a day, and you have to weigh this much, and you have to eat this, have this much cholesterol, and eat this food.
A lot of it has to do with how reactive people are, how emotionally reactive people are, right?
Right.
Because
it has everything to do with it.
It has everything to do with, because you can scare people and they don't even know they're getting scared. It's not like, boo, not that kind of scare. I mean, like, you give somebody, like, eggs are no good. It's like, oh, that scares somebody because they know how many eggs they've eaten and thinking about how much their father eats eggs, and it becomes a thing, and people become motivated by how worried they are all the time about different things.
Right.
That's what happens. So if you could step back from that, you can make rational decisions in real time. You can decide, I'm not sure about that advice, or you can look into it more and then decide, no, eggs are actually okay.
When you see an influencer, you can look at it and you say, okay, what is this latest miracle that this person is selling me?
Well, influencers just lie all the time to make money.
They do.
All the time.
Some of them do.
All the time.
Yeah.
Most of them do.
Yeah.
Most of them do.
Well, it's about choices, and you don't fall for fads, and you don't fall for diets if you're conscious and you maintain your critical thinking abilities.
The other weird one is microplastics.
Yeah.
That one's like the unavoidable one.
I don't know what to do about it.
There's like nothing you can do.
There's nothing you can do.
I used to think the people, when I worked at Whole Foods, I thought the people that would come in with like glass jars, or they would want everything in glass,
Right.
And or like, oh, I can't buy that. That's place. I thought they were crazy, and they actually were crazy. That advice itself might be good,
Yeah.
but the people doing it for a good 20 or 30 years were totally crazy. Kind of same people wearing like hemp skirts and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know, because
But-
it's a big turnoff.
It is a big,
It's a
and
big-
their hair's unwashed and all that stuff. But
Hold
anyway,
on. I got to drink some water from my plastic straw.
I know that's the thing. It's like, how are you going to avoid the
can't.
plastic? I'd rather have a teaspoon of plastic in my brain than drink from a paper straw. I think, by the way. But anyway, those paper straws are so bad.
They don't
They're
work.
so bad. They don't work at all.
They get
just
wet and
melt.
they collapse.
They just melt. You know what I did once is I was in a coffee shop and I had a hot tea, which I always drink,
Right.
and I don't like using those the stirs that are uncovered.
Oh no, never.
I don't like them.
No,
If
I
it
don't
looks okay and it's like I can tell nobody's been reaching, or it's like it's
Yeah.
presented well, maybe. But if it's the kind of thing where it's like, ugh,
Some places have them wrapped in paper.
the wrapped in paper ones are great. But
Yeah.
when there's nothing, and instead when they have like plastic utensils
Yeah.
wrapped or something like that, or even a straw, I'll take that instead. I'd rather have the straw that's wrapped than a stir that's not wrapped. So I took a straw and I unwrapped it and I start stirring my tea and I take the straw out and it's like, "Ugh," and it's melted. The straw has actually melted because it was it wasn't paper, but it was some sort of biodegradable plastic-like substance.
Yeah.
And it actually started melting and disintegrating into my drink.
Right.
And I tasted it. It was like, ugh, it tastes like the straw. It was no good. So I don't know
What
what
tipped
they're
me
doing.
off one time, I forget where I was, but I was sitting somewhere eating, and they had a counter set up, and they had that you go get straws and stirrers and all this stuff. And this person came out of the bathroom, right, with a bucket and a mop. Okay, and then they went and they put their.
Is this an employee?
It was an
I
employee.
assume, yeah.
It was an employee. Yeah, it wasn't a customer. And came out and then went over to that counter and took out a box of stirrers and just picked them up with their hands and refilled the stir dispenser.
Oh no.
And I thought, oh man, that person was just cleaning a toilet
That's disgusting.
and they didn't have gloves.
That's totally against whatever protocol they're supposed
I
to
don't know.
follow.
Do they even think
Oh my
about
God.
that?
I don't think they do.
don't-
The thing about gloves, it's a big issue, and I think you already know this, but in fast food with gloves, employees tend to treat gloves as if the gloves are protecting their hands,
Right.
not that the gloves are protecting the food.
I know.
So what happens is they'll take out the trash with gloves, and then they'll make you your coffee with those gloves.
Right.
And they haven't washed their hands in between. That's why a lot of places they do no gloves, because with no gloves, at least you're going to think about the fact, there's trash on my hands. Let me wash them before I make something. But if you have gloves on, it's like, I'm all set. My hands are protected from everything.
I don't know what to make of this. I saw an employee in a bathroom in a restaurant one time washing their hands after they used the bathroom,
Yes.
but they had gloves on. So this person actually
Oh my God.
used the bathroom with the gloves on,
Oh my God.
came out of the stall,
Oh no.
and went over and they're washing the gloves
No,
now,
no,
right?
no.
Yeah, I know.
They do. They also, a lot of places they do two gloves, like two layers. You'll see
yeah.
a base glove, and then they have another glove they're supposed to put on when
Right.
and they change that.
This is why I
frequently.
don't eat out.
It's crazy.
This is why I don't eat out.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But yeah, the microplastics thing. Check this out. I saw this the other day. And by the way, so the gloves, they're using gloves.
Yeah.
Aren't they not getting microplastics on your food when they're using gloves?
Listen,
make you
everything,
your
it's
food?
all over. Right before this podcast, I was wearing my workout clothes up until
Okay.
about 30 minutes before we sat down to do this podcast. And it was, now I'm wearing a cotton shirt,
Okay.
but my shirt is made of plastic. It's that wicking material, and all of that. It's in the clothes. It's in all of our clothing.
Right.
And that's getting into you. It's in the air.
Yeah.
The microplastic particles are in the air. You're breathing it in.
Yeah.
It's getting in your
And
lungs.
it's in your brain now too.
Well, yeah, because apparently the microplastics, they're particles, and they do penetrate the blood-brain barrier.
Right.
And they get in.
So here's this article.
Yeah.
Originally, I'm just pointing this out because it's so annoying. Originally, there was an image here. Now, instead, they're deciding to play me a completely unrelated story in a video while I'm trying to read this article. Why do they do stuff like that?
I don't know.
Like When I first checked out this article, there was an image related to the article. Now they've decided, no, throw a video on with our latest story.
Okay.
It's just awful. I can't stand these websites. Anyway.
I love the ones where when I see something and I want to know something, okay, yeah, I want to know what that is. I'm going to click on it and watch the video because I don't feel like reading it.
Yeah.
Then the video comes up, and then there it is, and then an ad starts. First, the story that I want will start, and then it clicks off.
Yeah.
And then an ad starts.
It's terrible.
And sometimes I have a counter, right? It'll say 60 seconds. I gotta sit through this for 60 seconds.
Yeah.
The ones that really kill me are the 60-second ones. And I say, okay, this is really worth waiting for, I guess. So I'm going to wait. And then boom, another one pops up, another 60 seconds. And then it says number 2 out of 2. No, I'm not going to watch number 2 out of 2.
Sometimes it's even a 60-second video.
Yeah.
And then the video you want to see is like 45 seconds. So you just watch an ad for a minute. To watch a 45-second news story.
It's so
crazy. It is so bad. And that happened to me like 3 or 4 times.
Right.
And then I have not watched a single ad on a new site since.
I don't watch them.
Won't do it because I know that I'm getting screwed. When they're doing they're totally messing things up.
All the pop-ups are killers.
It is killer. It just means it's a dying business. That's what it means.
Yeah.
That's what it means.
Well,
I can go to X and get the same news without all these ads everywhere. The page loads 10 times as fast, and I don't have to watch ads before videos like this. It's crazy. Anyway, trillions of microplastics are released by this super popular cleaning tool every month.
Can I guess what it is?
Yeah, guess.
Super popular cleaning tool. I don't know, Scrub Daddy?
No, although I have questions about the Scrub Daddy. It's the magic eraser. Magic sponges.
God. We have that in our house underneath
You do?
the sink. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That was my question is, do you use those? Does Mom use them?
I think she might.
Oh, man.
Why? What's bad about that?
It's basically what they are. They call them magic erasers because you can't even, it's so fine that it doesn't even feel like it would do anything, but somehow it takes stuff off. It's almost like super fine sandpaper is what it is.
Okay.
That's how it works.
All right.
The scrubbing power comes from melamine foam, a lightweight yet durable plastic that acts as an ultrafine sandpaper to gently scrape away dirt from surfaces. Yeah. But with every use, the sponge gradually breaks down, shedding tiny fibers called microplastics in their wake. To get the sense of how much plastic is being released, they tested sponges. Okay, a single sponge sheds around 6.5 million microplastic fibers per gram of worn down material.
So can you rinse? I mean, are you able to rinse that away? Yeah,
that's the thing. Assuming the average sponge is worn down about 10% through regular use, they estimate that 1.55 trillion microplastic fibers could be leached into the environment every month. Great.
That's great.
So every time you use it, or for every sponge, you lose about 10% of it. It gets lighter every time you use it.
Wow.
And those microplastics that are coming off of it are going into your dishes, basically.
Yeah.
That
doesn't sound good.
I guess you end up eating them probably, and they go into your brain.
You would have to get some. Yeah, they do go in your brain. The thing about the microplastics getting into the brain is that they don't get out. You know, we've spoken about this in the past.
Apparently it says it goes in your placenta and testicles as well. I don't have both.
I don't have anything in my placenta.
I have one or the other. I don't have both.
I don't know. There's a question sometimes, but not with you. But
yeah, what?
Not you.
What?
People, you're not allowed to know the difference.
All right.
But yeah, the thing with the whole thing. We have this. We've talked about the glymphatic system in your brain.
Yes.
How the brain. What happens is the brain shrinks. Right. I read this thing one time. I think I might have said it in one of the podcasts in the past, where the brain shrinks 60% during the night.
It's not right.
Yeah, I know.
It's not right.
Well, then again, I saw something that was sort of, it was similar. So I said, well, this might be a little bit more realistic. What happens is...
It's not a shrunken head.
No. What happens is the cells, these glial cells, shrink 60% to increase the space in between them. Okay. And that's when the cerebral spinal fluid gets through it, flushes out all the impurities, heavy metals in your brain, any toxins, heavy metals, and things like that. But it doesn't, and you have to get sleep in order to do that. Apparently, it happens when you first fall asleep in the early stages of your sleep, when you're in these low cycles.
Okay.
They call them low cycles or slow cycles. I'm not sure which.
You mean when you're not like really deep?
It's not REM sleep. It's I guess it's light sleep. Which is deeper, REM sleep or
well, REM is deep.
REM is deep. Okay.
Yeah, REM's deep.
But it's the sleep that you first go into, like within the first 15, 20 minutes of your night.
Yeah.
And that's when this stuff starts taking place. So if you have trouble falling asleep at night, that's a problem because you get that. And it's not like you get cut off. When you finally do fall asleep, it starts.
Yeah, sure.
But then you get cut off at the end because you're not getting the REM sleep.
Okay.
So they're attributing it to dementia, Alzheimer's.
Well, what's your point in bringing up that at all?
Well, the point is that if you don't get enough sleep at night, you don't get all of the cycles that you go in and out, because you go in and out of these cycles.
Okay.
You don't get all of the cycles, so you don't get all of the cleansing power of the lymphatic system, washing out all of the toxins. What I'm saying is that it does not even touch microplastics. Which is that's a problem.
Interesting.
It stays in there, these little plastic particles.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So we're like never getting rid of them.
No, we're never getting. I think the only thing that you can do is to reduce your contact. That's the only thing you can do. Don't buy this stupid, what do they call it? Eraser.
Yeah, magic eraser.
Magic eraser.
Sponge.
Yeah, magic sponge.
Little white things.
Yeah, and then what about the Scrub Daddy?
I wonder if my brain, I wonder if there's like a 1, a 2, and a 3 in my brain for the different types of plastics.
I don't know.
Do you ever see those at the store? Whole Foods has that.
No.
They got like you're supposed to figure out if you place your trash in 1, 2, or 3.
Well, was it for recycling?
It's like some is it's like that's compost. It's like 4 different bins. It's like there's a compost, then you got the 1s, and you got the 2s, and you got the 3s, and then when they finally ship all that trash out and recyclables out, they sort through it all anyway to figure out what people got wrong.
Oh.
So they ask you to sort it, and then they sort it out themselves.
Yeah.
And then I think a lot of it ends up in a landfill anyway. So.
Altogether, yeah. I'm not one for following systems in a store like that. Yeah. I don't even take the receipts. I go to Whole Foods, I leave the receipt there. I don't even touch the receipts.
Why?
It's got
Paper.
BP. Yeah, it's loaded with chemicals.
Oh yeah.
BPA that gets into your system.
What did you just ask me? You asked me a question, I think.
I don't remember.
I don't remember either. It's the microplastic.
I don't know.
It's making me forget.
Oh, I was going to ask you about Scrub Daddies.
Oh, yeah. So,
right? So the Scrub Daddy it looks like a sponge, but it's not sponge because sponge is a natural product that grows underwater, right?
What is it?
I don't know. It's some kind of sponge, artificial sponge material.
Does that release microplastics?
I don't know. I'm going to look it up.
You got to look it up. And okay, so if we get away from...
Because we have Scrub Daddies in our house.
If we get away... You also have plastic brushes. If we get away from all the plastic... Right?
My toothbrush is plastic.
Oh, man, I know. If we get away from the plastic, let's just stick to dishes right now. Okay, the kitchen. Plastic brushes, plastic sponges.
Right.
We'll look up Scrub Daddy. What do you use as an alternative? I guess you get like a natural bristle brush. And do you get like,
I don't know.
I mean, bristles come from animals, right? Do you have to get like
I gave you a boar's hair brush one time.
Right. You almost said boar's head.
Boar's head.
A boar's head brush.
No,
it smells like roast beef. And so you have to use like a natural bristle brush, which I assume is animal hair.
It probably doesn't work
on dishes. I mean, when you grew up, when you were a kid,
right.
what was used? What did your mother use?
We had two things. We had sponges that were actual
real
cellulose. I guess that's cellulose.
Cellulose.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Cellulose sponges.
Yeah.
And
which is not plastic.
It's not plastic.
No.
And we had that, and we had Brillo pads, which is not stainless steel. It's
steel wool.
It's steel wool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's embedded with soap and
Yep.
And that worked great.
And I'm sure you probably had washcloths too.
Yeah, my mother had washcloths.
Yeah, so like cotton washcloths.
Cotton washcloths.
So you have cotton, you have sponges made of cellulose, which
right.
Sponges I think are made of plastic now. I think they're plastic.
Probably.
I think they're plastic. So let's look up Scrub Daddy.
Okay.
Scrub Daddy made of what? Let's see.
Oh God,
Scrub Daddy sponges are made of a proprietary polymer foam called Flex Texture.
Sounds very healthy.
Yeah. Yeah. Because the thing is, the Scrub Daddy, right, I forgot about this. The whole point is that in cold water, it gets really firm.
Right.
And then in hot water, it gets completely malleable.
Right.
So it's 100% plastic.
Yeah.
100% plastic. So you probably got a lot of scrub daddy parts in your brain right
Probably
now.
got a little smiley things in my head.
Yeah, you got little smileys floating around
Oh
up there.
my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think the only thing you do is to reduce it as much as you can, because even if you put in, I was watching, I think it was Rhonda, speaking of influencers, Rhonda Patrick.
Okay.
She was talking about microplastics, and she was, it was a short that I saw, and she was talking about like even the clothes in your dryer, because all of your stuff is made of plastic, all of
Yep.
your clothing. It gets into the air and then it disperses out with the exhaust. So if you don't have an exhaust shooting, I think in my house ours goes up to the roof, I guess,
Yeah, everybody has
or
an
off the
exhaust.
side of the house,
Yeah.
or somewhere. But if you don't have, so that's going outside,
Yeah.
and that's all the little squirrels and all the little all the poor little raccoons out there, and our neighbors, which are pretty far away, but it gets around, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But breathing that stuff in
Right.
the air. How about tires?
Yeah, there's no
Tires on
avoiding
the
it.
highway.
Yeah, right.
Come on.
Right. There's no avoiding it.
There's no avoiding
There's
it.
no avoiding it.
No avoiding it.
That's one of those things.
Do the
It's
best
like
you can.
It's like, okay, we're going to fix the vaccines.
Yeah.
We're going to fix the food supply.
Yeah.
We're going to fix the medicine system and the pharmaceutical system.
Right.
Microplastics
I got
ain't going nowhere.
I buy grass-fed beef. It's wrapped in plastic.
It's wrapped in plastic.
I buy big giant tubs of beef tallow.
Yeah.
It's in a big
It's in a big
it's in a
plastic
big
bin.
plastic tub.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Our entire system of commerce relies on plastic to transport and ship everything everywhere.
Yeah. George Carlin's bit, it's pretty funny. What if he doesn't believe in God, right? He's atheist, I believe.
Probably.
Yeah.
Was.
So his whole thing is, what if the earth created humans because it needed plastic?
Right.
You know?
Which, of course, was at a time when they had the whole environmental craze going on. It's like,
Right.
plastics are bad, and here we are polluting the planet. It's like, no, Earth is craving plastic, and it's created us to invent it.
Right. Well, in the 70s, the whole thing with plastics was where people were anti-plastic because it became like a meme. We have, a meme for what it was back then. And it was like, oh, he's so plastic. He's a plastic person. He's
Fake.
plastic. Yeah. Frank Zappa had a whole album or a song called Plastic People.
Yeah.
Which means you're phony. You wear plastic boots, you wear plastic clothing.
Yep.
You're a plastic person.
Yep.
That just meant you're phony. You're artificial. You're created in a laboratory somewhere.
Right.
That was the extent of the harms of plastic, was that it was fake. It was not real. But now we're seeing like, it's harmful too.
Also, apparently, it's a big thing for men. Plastic in your underwear. You don't want synthetic materials
Near your testicles?
Yep. You don't want that in your underwear. Yeah. You want cotton underwear.
Well,
So
if I may be revealing, I think, I wear everything I have is cotton. I only wear cotton, really, except my gym stuff.
yeah, except your gym stuff.
Yeah. This is cotton. Everything's cotton.
Okay, are we done?
I think so.
I think that's it for today.
Sounds good to me.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
Have a great day.